You never expect it to be you. You see and hear stories on the news about break-ins and robberies, but you never expect to be the one targeted until you're thrown into that situation. Mum had just gone out, late night food shopping, I don't know. I wasn't exactly paying attention to the reasonings. I just know I was the only one at home. It wasn't very long afterwards when I heard what sounded like breaking glass. At first, I thought I was just hearing things. And then I heard the sound, like two male voices. It was muffled, but loud enough for me to realise that there were people inside my house.
You sure no one did? I ain't getting arrested the first time I do this.
Don't look like it. I'm going to be like this the whole time.
I thought you said we could open a window.
Well, I can't now, can I? Just smash it and climb in.
My initial instinct was to hide. So I stayed in my room and I tried to keep quiet, but I kept the door ajar so that I could hear if they left. Or worse, they came upstairs. After what seemed like forever, but must have only been a minute or so, I could still hear them darting around, and what sounded like them tearing my house apart. It was clear that they were searching for our most expensive possessions. That's when I realised I needed to think quickly and conjure up some kind of plan before they searched the bedrooms as well. As quickly but as quietly as I could, I went to the other side of the bedroom to find my phone. However, it just so happens that we have the noisiest floorboards. Not only that, when I reached the other side of the room, I realised my phone battery was dead. Typical. The one occasion I needed it, and for an emergency no less. I'm not able to contact anyone. Luckily, I remembered that my parents keep a second house phone upstairs in the landing. Admittedly, it was a risky idea to leave the bedroom, but if I didn't call someone, I had no idea what these men were capable of. My heart was pounding out of my chest as I slowly pulled open the door, just enough to squeeze myself through the gap and down the hallway. I froze still as the men went silent. Had they heard me? I didn't know what to do, so I stood as still as I possibly could.
Is this even worth anything?
I don't know, just put it in the bloody bag and hurry up. Get over and help me carry the TV set.
All right.
They hadn't heard me. I needed to hurry before they demolished downstairs and made their way up here. So I creeped out onto the landing, even with those bloody floorboards still squeaking. But what do? I trip. Why? Of all the moments to be clumsy, why this one? I lay there for a moment or so, frozen, quietly, just to see if the men downstairs had heard me or not.
Do you hear that? Someone's in here, Rodge.
Nah, you're paranoid, mate. Shut up and get that.
Nah, I swear it. I heard someone, mate. What if they call the police?
Damn it, fine, let's go check. It will shut you up.
I heard them coming up the stairs. I hadn't time to grab the phone without being seen, so I darted to my parents' room and tried not to make a sound. I heard them stop, wondering which room to invade. They slammed my bedroom door and moved across the hall into the hiding place. So I ran around the bed and I hid behind it, holding my breath as I listened intensely to work out where they were.
See, I told you no one's here.
Just check that room.
They've opened the door. I've been found. Their footsteps are getting louder as they approach me.
Yeah? Told you someone's here.
Oh yeah, so there is.
He walked towards me, leaning over me in a patronising manner.
What are we going to do with you, eh?
He was so smug, I didn't know whether to be scared or angry. So I panicked. I jumped up, elbowing him in the face and giving myself room to jump over the bed. I ran as quickly as I could to the bathroom. I slammed the door shut and I locked the door. Oh, crap. What am I going to do?
Come on, love. Can't hide in there forever.
Suddenly, I noticed the open window. I ran over and peered out, scanning how I could make my way down. You see, directly underneath the bathroom window was the roof to the porch. That was the only way. I proceeded to carefully clamber out of the window and lower myself onto the roof gently. Managing that, I now needed to figure out how to get down from here. I looked over the edges of the roof. The only possible option was to climb into a bin. It was positioned next to the side wall of the porch. I continued to fumble my way down, again going steadily so I didn't fall and screw up the whole plan. Eventually, I made it down safe. But this didn't stop the fact that there were still robbers in my house, and I needed to do something, and fast, before they took everything valuable that we owned.
Rodge, why are we so waiting by the bathroom?
Because when she comes out, we don't want to call the bloody police.
It's pretty quiet in there.
Hello? Oi, open this door, or open it for ya.
Yeah, I think she's gone, Rodge.
Yeah, I can bloody see that. Go outside and see if there's a window she could have gone through. I'll stay here in case she comes out.
All right.
I'd legged it down the road to my neighbours, banging on their doors. They didn't answer. Why weren't they answering? I couldn't go back to the house now. They'd probably already figured out that I was gone, and I needed to think of something, and quick. I thought maybe the old telephone box would be working down by 5th Street. I jumped over the gate and I sprinted down the road. There it was. I could see it on the corner. I vastly approached the door and swung it open. I picked up the phone and dialed 999. The operator picked up and I began to frantically explain the situation I was in. My emotions were flying all over the place. Words were coming out, but I couldn't string them into a sentence. I felt like I was in a nightmare. You know those ones where you want to take action, but you don't have any control. I paused to see if the operator had made any sense of the frantic jibber-jabber I'd blurted out at her. After what felt like a lifetime of questions, we eventually came to a mutual understanding of the situation. In a sigh of relief, I dropped the phone, hypnotised by the cord swinging back and forth as I wondered what to do next. The sound of police sirens snapped me out of my trance, and I slowly gravitated towards the sound. I stopped at the far end of my road and watched as the police approached my home. Everything had happened so fast it now felt like time had stood at a standstill. I stood there trying to process the whole situation and let the police take action. It felt like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. There was nothing more I could do, so I watched as the police took over. Eventually the problem at hand had appeared to be solved, so I wandered back towards the house. I stood in the driveway, contemplating what to do next.